Alright, what's going on everybody? Mark Samuels here from FanCastit, and today we are talking about the 91st Academy Awards. It's happening in a few hours. Sweet Jesus. So, the 91st Academy Awards is going to be hosted by nobody, and yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. There's a lot of great movies that are nominated this year. We have Black Panther, we have Black Clansmen, we have Bohemian Rhapsody, we have Vice, we have A Star is Born, we have Roma, we have The Favorite, we have Green Book. Other than that, the Academy Awards has been rife with all kinds of controversy this year. From its choice to add a category for popular movies, which they immediately then vetoed, to them hiring Kevin Hart to host the Oscars and then firing Hart to host the Oscars, and then them asking him back and Kevin Hart basically giving them the finger. And then they decided to not air certain categories, which are pretty important, kind of like best cinematography. Got huge backlash for that decision and are now deciding that they're gonna air it. Yeah, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Okay, but don't worry, we're not here to talk about the controversy, all right? The Oscars is happening in a few hours. Everybody just wants to have fun and relax and enjoy a nice civilized evening where we are talking about the most celebrated day in film, you know? And there's a lot of things to talk about, so let's get right into it.
That even so good.
I don't know. I don't know. 8 movies that are nominated, and what we want to know is which one has the best chance of winning. Now, this, again, is kind of been a topsy-turvy year. Each movie that has been nominated has been rife with controversy and or has another reason or another why the Academy wouldn't want to nominate it, much less even award it for Best Picture. So let's break all of them down. Which one do we think has the best chance of winning? And let's start with number 1 that everybody's been talking about. Vice. No, this movie is not gonna win. This movie is not gonna win on any level. Christian Bale was amazing in it. It was powerful-ish. It had a message-ish. It had something to say-ish. And Adam McKay is a great director, but I think he really missed the mark in kind of just painting Dick Cheney as a mustache-twirling villain instead of really focusing on trying to tell a story. We all know that Dick Cheney is a son of a bitch, and we know that he got into power, and we know that him getting into power is what kind of empowered the GOP into being this machine that can't be stopped. So who's this movie for exactly? I don't know. But I do know that Vice is not going to win this year. So let's move on to something that is a little bit more va-va-voom. I don't like that. Bohemian Rhapsody was directed by sorry, hold on. Graham King. But it was actually directed by Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer is in a crap ton of controversy. I am not going to tell you about all the controversy. I encourage you to look this up for yourself using credible news sources. For reasons like that, the Academy's probably going to end up overshadowing Rami Malek's beautiful portrayal of Freddie Mercury. All right? But outside of that, also the movie was shit. All right? It was really bad. Like, you've seen this movie before, and they just leaned into every single music biopic stereotype. The movie was chopped to hell. You can tell exactly where reshoots were done and where they should have been done. And outside of that, it was just completely unfactual. Like, there was almost nothing about the movie that was in any way accurate to the band Queen. Music biopics have to take creative liberties, but, you know, this kind of put it overboard, and I don't think that the Academy is going to appreciate the amount of backlash and historical inaccuracies that are in the movie, on top of the fact that the movie itself just isn't that good. So I'm going to say to Bohemian Rhapsody. Next! Speaking of music, have you guys heard that song Shallow? Are you tired of hearing Lady Gaga? Me too. Of course, we are talking about A Star is Born, a movie that was so original that it was actually made 3 times before. The movie actually itself, I'm not gonna pretend like it wasn't exactly what the Academies would have been waiting for. If this was any other year, this probably would have been a shoo-in for the Academy. The movie itself actually wasn't bad. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I mean, is it a movie that you've kind of already seen if you've seen the other ones? Yeah, you kind of knew where it was going to go. But hey, you know what? Bradley Cooper did a pretty bang-up job directing, and I think he should get some respect for it. But it's not going to win. It's not going to win because, well, a couple of different reasons. But one, Bradley Cooper has not been incredibly happy about the fact that he was not nominated for Best Director. So there's that. But also, I just feel like everybody has this A Star Is Born fatigue. I mean, maybe it's because the song was a hit on the radio and it's just been playing and playing and playing and playing and playing. Or maybe it's the fact that we're kind of tired as a society of seeing a movie about two beautiful, gorgeous white people who are talking about their problems with being gorgeous and white. I don't know. Maybe. But the point is, I do think that a lot of people are tired of hearing about this movie, and I don't think the Academy is going to reward Bradley Cooper's behavior. So that's a no for me, dog. Next. The Favorite. Okay, so The Favorite is weird. It's really, really, really weird. And I don't think a lot of the people who nominated this movie for an Academy Award actually watched it. Because if you watch the trailer, it looks like the type of movie that actually would be nominated for an Academy Award. Yorgos Lanthimos, who was probably best noted for directing The Lobster, is kind of a weird offbeat guy. I kind of liked The Lobster, to be honest. But he is... I don't think that this is exactly what the Academy would be used to nominating. But I don't think the Academies has ever nominated a black comedy for Best Picture. So it would be kind of off-brand. Now, that said, Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz were excellent in this movie. Olivia Colman was hilarious. And it would be cool if the Academy started diversifying, so to speak, in nominating a movie like this, but I don't think it's a shoo-in. It definitely not as much as a shoo-in as I thought it was when we were just watching the trailer for the movie. So that's a next. Next, Green Book. Green Book is actually the type of movie that should win for Best Picture if this was 1990. I don't think it's a huge secret that there's been a lot of comparisons to the movie Driving Miss Daisy. How do I put this delicately? A movie about a white guy and a black guy learning to sort out their differences in the face of a lot of racism isn't a good pitch for a movie. People experience life very, very differently based on skin color, especially in the segregated South. And it almost took it like the movie didn't really take it that seriously. It was like, you know, the black guy was teaching the white guy about lived-in experiences and how to, you know, be a better person to his wife. And the white guy was teaching the black guy how not to have a stick up his ass. Like, I don't know. I didn't get it. But the people liked the movie. But that's not where the controversy is. The controversy is, of course, in the amount of backlash that the movie has gotten from the real-life people who they were portraying, who said that, well, basically nothing about the movie was factual. Now, again, historical inaccuracies are things that happen in movies for narrative purposes, and I respect those choices. But with so much backlash going around this movie and surrounding it, plus the fact that it's, again, a driving movie with a white person and a black person learning to live in harmony, going up against a more realistic take on racism, directed by Spike Lee, the parallels are just a little too real. I think that the Academies would have learned from last time that this happened. Just saying. Next, Roma. Roma is a titan of a film. It is directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who is a master director who also happened to shoot and edit this movie. It was kind of a huge feat. It's a beautiful story about 1970s Mexico and a family that's living through the working class experience, and it's just shot so gorgeously. But it was distributed on Netflix, and Netflix is not the biggest priority on the Academy's list. I should say that better. The Academy doesn't like Netflix. course, I mean, I feel like it goes without saying that they feel that it cheapens the movie watching experience. But outside of that, I just don't know a lot of movies that have been released direct to Netflix that have had Academy attention. It's actually kind of a surprise that it was nominated in the first place. That said, the movie has been kind of a beast of the award season. Nobody has ever looked at this movie and said that it's without merit, so I think it definitely has one of the best chance of taking it. But I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't think the Academy has the balls to actually award a movie that was released direct to Netflix and say that this is the best picture, which is basically representative of the Hollywood scene right now. And I don't think that the Hollywood scene wants to see itself as, well, a streaming service. That's just my thought. Next. Okay, BlacKkKlansman was directed by Spike Lee, produced by Jordan Peele, produced by Jason Blum, and also Spike Lee. This movie is exactly what the Academy Awards should be honoring right now. A painfully sober look at a 1970s story that deals with race issues that are 100% pertinent to today's society. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna win because, well, the Academy Awards kind of hates Spike Lee. It's a long, complicated history, but essentially, the Academy Awards has snubbed pretty much every single one of Spike Lee's films since the beginning of his career. He missed out on what should have been a pretty simplistic win for the movie Do the Right Thing. I don't even think it was nominated. Do the Right Thing was completely snubbed for Best Picture and Best Directing, and instead the movie that won Best Picture, as I mentioned earlier, was Driving Miss Daisy. Literally the opposite of a Spike Lee joint. I would love to see a movie like BlacKkKlansman end up cleaning up at the awards, but the truth is that it's just a little too controversial for the Academy's taste. They like feel-good movies where you don't have to think too hard, and they can still champion themselves behind actually sending a message while not really sending a message. You know what I mean? Like movies where everybody is, you know, super diverse and super young and super hip and super attractive, where the end of the movie is, instead of focusing on our differences, we build bridges and extend ourselves to love and embracing each other's culture. That seems like the type of movie that the Oscars would, you know, give Best Picture to. Wait a minute. Black Panther 2018 was directed by Ryan Coogler and stars every other black person in America. It is a powerhouse of a film that made all of the monies and had a feel-good message with a great cast and great set pieces and beautiful costume design and a soundtrack that I'm still bumping every single day. And it's not gonna win. It's not gonna win. It's not gonna win because not only is it a superhero movie, you know, what the Academy considers to be a lesser art form, but it's also a superhero movie that has had a way too much backlash from fans. All right, imagine this. I've been a comic book fan my entire life, and no comic book movie has ever been nominated for Best Picture. In the community and fandoms and whatever, we all constantly bitched and complained about how we're never respected at these award shows, we're never respected. And then Heath Ledger won for Best Supporting Actor in The Dark Knight, and everybody was like, well, we only gave it to him because he died, which is probably true, you know, rest in peace. But now we have a movie where it was great. It made all of the money. It was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, and it really should be the Best Picture. Think about it. Of all the movies I mentioned just now, it's the only one that fits into all of the Oscars criteria. And it's definitely not going to win just because fans keep complaining about the fact that there was a black person in a movie at some point. Kinda sad if you ask me. This would be a great opportunity for the Academy Awards to give this movie the award for Best Picture, which would then lay way for other superhero movies to get, you know, their rightful due, to get the respect that they deserve. But we can't come together on this very simple thing, and the Academy doesn't like superhero movies anyway, and they're probably just gonna look at it as a whole lot of hoopla for no reason. I mean, if fans can't even get behind it, why should they, right? So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have been Mark Samuels and breaking down the Oscars because apparently I really like headaches. So, you can follow us here at Kelly Noir Pictures on YouTube. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at FanCastit. And you know what? Shoot us a line if you're watching the Oscars tonight. I know I'll be watching, and I'll be streaming live through the entire thing. So you can follow us here, here, and here. I don't know if I'm going to bring that up. I just felt like doing this. I might be pretty drunk. And if you like what we do, please hit subscribe, because we get a lot more videos done when we are encouraged by fans like yourselves. So hit the notification bell so that you know which videos are coming on the way, and subscribe, whatever. I have been Mark Samuels, and God help us all. That's how I'm gonna end this. All right, bye.